Hello students, this is Professor Lewis. This video is a brief tutorial on how to navigate through my D2L course. This is for my Lone Star College students, and so let me go to a screen share and guide you through this. Students, what you're seeing here is the home page of the D2L course. This is after the course is opened up at 12:01 a.m. on December 20th. I should say first day of class because I'll be reusing this again for future classes, so please forgive me on that. The home screen lands you on to a page where you see, among other things, work that needs to be done for the week. You see a calendar all here in the right-hand column, but in the main part of the home page you see announcements. Now, students, please do not dismiss announcements. Please take time to read them. The very first announcement is here. In fact, there are two announcements that are posted. The welcome message, which was posted the day before the course started, and then also the first week's agenda, also posted the day before the course started. For this particular course, since it's a winter mini, there's a lot to do in the first day. This would be more like the first half week or the first full week of a 16-week course or 12-week course, just so you know. Make sure that you read the announcements carefully. Always check them. And again, don't dismiss them after you read them because they've got some links that make navigation easier. With a brand new course, typically you need to find the overview, download or read the syllabus, very important. There's a start here checklist that has to be completed very quickly if it's a summer course or a mini-mester. You've got about a week or so if it's a normal 16-week session. But please, whatever you do, don't delay. Now, other things are mentioned here that you can all check on your own, but it is critically important that students read these announcements and make sure they follow instructions. In fact, real quick, the easiest way to avoid having issues in the course is to make sure that you read the instructions carefully and think before beginning. Trust me, it'll make a huge difference with regards to how the course goes for you. Now, if you're ever trying to find something, the best thing to do, take a look here, is at this top menu you see where it says content. You should click there. Now by default, D2L is going to start wherever you left off, like whatever landing page you were on the last time you were on content is what it'll take you to. But for a brand new course, you should start with the overview. It's got the standard welcome message here, a referral to the start here checklist, similar to the announcement that was already posted. But I want everybody to notice that there is a link to the course syllabus here. In fact, a PDF file of the syllabus for the course is found here. Now again, if you're taking this course in the future, this is an older syllabus. For those of you who are taking the Winter Mini 2021, this is your syllabus. Make sure you download and read this carefully before you do anything else. This is the first of several things you'll do the first day or the first week of class. In the case of the Winter Mini, it's the first day. But all the information you need to know about the course is there. I didn't read the syllabus. Too long didn't read. Does not apply in college. Take the time to do this. Now, after the overview, there's a few other things to look at. There is, of course, the course schedule, which I always tell everybody to take a look, which will also show as a calendar. The course schedule has it broken down by 7 days and the following week and so forth and stuff to look at. It's a good place to start. I personally prefer the calendar on the home page. The table of contents is also a good place to go to, which is this over here and has the full breakdown of everything. Me personally, I like to use the left-hand side navigation menu. Start here is always the place to go the first day of class. It's got links to things that need to be done. Includes a link to the course syllabus again. If you are a dual credit high school student, there's a special couple of notes for you here. Make sure you read them. Connect Online is how we access the ebook. Students will need to pay for access to that book after the first 2 weeks. It's a free 2-week complimentary access, which will get you through the first unit if this is a normal session, first 2 units if it's a mini session. Make sure you have registered for Connect and start working the first day of class. And there's some instructions on how to do this. Little reminder here about reporting COVID-19. I foresee that every semester this may be adjusted or updated with more or less detail depending upon what happens. The thing is, when you first start a course, you especially want to go to Unit 1. Unit 1 is laid out, and the other units are laid out in a similar fashion here, and it gives some starting points. There is a file of practice problems. Every unit has one. These are here to teach you how to work the homework and test problems. These constitute what is called written material. Major important. Written material is always based on how faculty teaches the material. And if it's different from the textbook for the written work, which is discussion boards, homework, tests, you go by how the faculty teaches it. The Connect Online goes by how the textbook teaches it. Written material is 85% of the course. Online Connect is 15%, so that should give you an idea. This is the homework problem set for Unit 1. Download and print it out. It'll make it easier to work when you're not online. It even describes what to do, etc. Please note that all written work, which is homework and tests, is submitted via PDF file. This does not include discussion boards. Discussion boards are either typed in the text box or they're posted as a photo. That'll be addressed shortly. But again, make sure you take time to navigate through here. Every unit has got some slideshows that I've made. I've made PDF file versions of them because it's easier to access, takes less memory. Best practice of students, print these slideshows and take notes from my video lectures using them. Now, please note next, speaking of which, there are links to video lectures. These links are also found in the discussion boards where stuff has to be learned. Every one of the videos matters. Not all videos are used in discussion boards, but anything that has a video has content that could be constituting a problem that is on the written tests, and so be mindful of how important they are. Those are all my video lectures for Unit 1. Now, it also has links to the discussion boards, and the first couple of discussion boards need to be done within the first couple of days. The very first one here, which is linked, is on the categories of economic resources, and it has a link to the foundational definitions video. But please notice there's a bunch of stuff to answer, and this stuff actually helps clarify how to work one of the first homework problems. The next discussion board is listed here, and so forth and so on down the line. Now, let's talk about discussion boards. There's a couple of other ways to access the discussion boards. The easiest way to access them is to go to where it shows collaboration and then click on discussion. Now, the very first discussion board everybody should post to is the Introduce Yourself board, and I've actually introduced myself here just to give you an example. So for students, you will click the title, but I want everybody to notice a little something at the top of this after I clicked on the title. Notice it has an unlocked date range. This has been unlocked, I should say, since before the semester started, but it's going to lock up in a couple of days, and students must post first before they can read other people's postings. But this is one you need to do. This is how I know you're alive. This is basically like saying, hey, I'm here for the first day of class, etc. And so it's got some information there, and I've told a little bit different things about myself. This shouldn't take long to do. I would respectfully request all students post a photograph so at least I know what you look like. That would at least give me a better sense when I'm interacting with you on the discussion boards. But that's the first one you have to do. Now, there's some others. It is recommended first day of class. It's actually required. Everybody should read the FAQs discussion board. This is not one students can post to, but it's got the frequently asked questions, and there's a quiz on this everybody needs to take. It's not for a grade, but it's one to make sure you understand certain things, but it lists stuff about communication. Now, there's some other discussion boards that are open. If you have a question about policies, for example, you can post by starting a new thread to this one. I've mentioned that creating PDF files is necessary for the sake of turning in written work. I'm talking homework and tests. And so some students that know how to do this should post those suggestions, but I want to mention to everybody, please read this discussion board first, because typically I have mentioned ways to do this here. So apparently, I'm going to have to add those ways to do this, but there's like 4 basic ways that are fairly easy. If you want to have some chit-chat with your classmates, not required, but if you'd like to, the student lounge is one that's totally open for students to post. I do take a look at it from time to time to make sure posts are appropriate. But for Unit 1, you want to go to the Unit 1 discussion forums, and the very first one is on the categories of economic resources. I want you all to notice something. For most every discussion board, there's a video to watch and there's a slideshow, and you need to watch the video and take notes on it first and study the slideshow, and especially focus on the 4 categories of economic resources: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. And then everything to answer starts from here and goes there. This is one where you can just click Start a New Thread, and when you do that, you get a text editor box, and it's got all kinds of different tools. This is one you can just type your answers in. It's one of the few that's like that. But make sure you read the questions and the directions carefully before charging in. Sometimes some students misunderstand some things because they move a little too quickly. Slowing down by a couple of seconds will help. But again, you just put, my answer to this. It's going to show your name when you do this. You type this in here and so forth. And then once you're done, you click Post. Now, the next discussion board is on a couple of math type practice problems. This is a micro class. It's going to be different for the macro students. But again, you have a practice problem set. And there's 2 videos here. One is a math example for the supply and demand and equilibrium model for markets. The other is on price elasticity of demand. Both of these videos need to be watched. Students need to take notes and pay attention especially to formatting. But watch those videos, take notes on those methods, and you use those methods to work practice problems 2 and 3 from this practice problem set that I mentioned. Now for this one here, this is one where you'll post your work to the forum, but you're not going to type it. This is handwritten work. For this work, what you're going to need to do is post it as an embedded image or a decorative image. And I want everybody to see this little tool that says Insert Image here. What you'll need to do is take a photograph, or in this case probably photographs, of your handwritten work on a piece of paper. It's the best way to do this is use blank paper without lines and use a black pen or a really soft dark lead pencil. Write clearly and then take photographs of all your steps and then put them in your cloud drive or on a thumb drive, and then you use the insert image, and you're going to need to go to your computer and upload the image. JPEG or PNG, please. Don't use HEISC or those other ones. Those don't work. But you're going to go through and select the images, and you'll have a little check box or tick box that's going to have you choose image is decorative. So that way it'll be embedded in here. Please don't link it or attach it. That requires extra clicks, extra tabs in Windows. Use it as an inserted, embedded, decorative image, so that way it's in your post. And again, once you've typed it in there and you're done, you click Post. Okay. But these first 2 are going to be ones you're going to be working the first day. It's recommended to do those sooner rather than later. Here's another one. Okay, Unit 1 Practice Problem 4. Again, there's another video. There's a slideshow here, and it's actually there's 2 of them here, 2 videos on shifting market equilibrium and some examples. This is going to be done by hand. You're going to need a black pen and a blue pen and a ruler and blank paper. But again, follow the methodology taught in these 2 videos to work specifically practice problem number 4 and work it all. And I also provided one other document here with a list of non-price determinants to help guide you. This one here should be done by Tuesday because it's a little bit more detailed, but since you have other stuff to do on the first day of class, this is one you're going to do the next day. But please make sure you pay attention. There's a couple of more, and again, this is for a winter mini section, so these happen quickly. I'm going to go back to the home screen one more time. Every day there's going to be a new announcement posted at least Monday through Thursday during the week for a mini semester session or a summer session. During a fall or spring session, there'll be a couple every week, typically one for Monday morning, one on a Wednesday. If it's a hybrid or a face-to-face course, it'll be posted in between course meetings. And there may be one posted on Thursday night or on Sunday afternoon. But again, if you are in one of the short sessions, meaning it's 8 weeks or less, which includes winter mini-mester or summer 5-week sessions, look for announcements every day, Monday through Thursday, and at least one during the weekend. And these update. And there's always links there. Read them carefully. TLDR does not apply in my course. Let me hit pause on this for a moment. Well, I hope this short video was helpful in getting everybody started. Again, I hope this video is helpful in helping all my students at Lone Star College get started navigating through the D2L course. I want you to all be successful. Please hit the ground running. This is Professor Lewis. Have a good evening.